Well, hello everyone, Jocelyn here, and I was pondering the rise of cunty. This video is going to be difficult to make because saying what I want to say and saying what I mean to say is going to be very explicit in the language that I use, because I am talking about a word that is explicit, and in doing so I fear that the YouTube algorithm will just bury me. So I'm going to have to be a little bit delicate, which kind of the point of this word is to be indelicate, but there you go. This is a video, it is a discussion about a word. It is not suitable for younger viewers. Let's get that right out there straight away. So I have noticed that the word cunty, not just the word but the attitude itself, is on the rise lately. It's more widespread than ever. But what is cunty? And how different is it from its origin word, C-U-N-T? Often called the most vulgar or offensive word in the English language, it's an obscene or offensive vulgar term for the vagina or vulva, or colloquially it's also the word given to a stupid, unpleasant, repellent person. It is seen as especially disparaging in the US, where the target is often women, so it's considered sort of in line with words like bitch or slut. But throughout other areas of the English-speaking world, here in the UK, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, we do have a particularly strange fondness for the C word. It can be sometimes even a positive term of endearment in the right company. Or of course you could be calling someone the equivalent of a stupid a-hole. Use of the original C-U-N-T word started as solely a term for the genitals of the female, as it often happened in English that the words of the common folk became sort of taboo and vulgar over the centuries. It was just a normal word for a normal body part, but because attitudes changed throughout society's history, that certain parts need to be kept private, this became a taboo, and that's why the word became a taboo word as well. But even as a pejorative or not, cunt is still not the same as cunty. Cunty is actually respectful of others and ourselves. Being cunty or being called cunty is always complimentary, never insulting. I.e., being called a cunt is not the same as being called cunty. In a way, cunty is actually modern feminism in action. It's a word representing female, feminine, unapologetic power. It's basically girl power, but grown up. And I think that if you wanted to look for a masculine equivalent, you might say the word ballsy, which also weirdly has a strange tie to the nether regions. But you can also say that ballsy is masculine but powerful, where cunty is feminine and powerful. So the use of the word subtly changes depending on which group the individual using it belongs to, i.e. cis women, trans women, or drag queens. And of course there is some overlap between these three identities. And I do believe that there is a reason for this distinction as well, is that cunty arose from drag and ballroom culture. Serving cunt, serving fish, serving realness, i.e. a passable facsimile of womanness. All originates from ballroom culture. And of course drag tends to push this over the top. But for trans women who often share spaces with, and of course like linguistic vernacular with drag culture, it can be a survival technique. Feeling good about accepting ourselves, or avoiding being clocked by transphobes. You know, the people out there who would do us harm, the people in here who are developing our own language to talk to each other with. We're an in-group because we've had to form a little in-group of ourselves because we're not part of that group. And of course, accepting who we are, how we live, you know, being comfortable within our own selves is also a survival technique. Because it's either that or live a miserable, repressed life, which nobody really wants to do, or the alternative, which let's not go into that. Separate from that, there is a great amount of feminism that is vagina-centric, and that's also a good thing, you know? For centuries, for millennia even, we know that women have been treated like second-class citizens. And for why? For what for? Being born with an innie instead of an outie? That's not fair, that's not right, and that's basically what feminism says. And sadly, to this day, in some cultures, this sort of system still perpetuates where women are seen as lesser than because of the way they were born. And this, of course, was the origin of gender norms and behaviours and stereotypes and differences within society, is that people being born with different bits got seen as being different than each other. Taking that power back from the patriarchy and refusing to be defined merely by what genitals you have is a struggle all women, cis and trans, can relate to. And reclaiming that power is very cunty. But why do I say it's on the rise now? Well, of course, society has changed and shifted since the whenevers. You know, it continues to evolve and do so. And yes, there are some people out there who want to be seen as demure, barefoot, pregnant, in the home, homemaker. That's fine, as long as that's their choice. But cunty definitely breaks that mold, and I think it does so because of necessity, because not all women, not all femmes want to do that. Pop culture often reflects society, and I found a couple of examples that I want to talk about that really emphasize what I mean. So there's a song from about a year or so ago by an artist called Cunty Mimi. And the song is called Cunty. so appropriate. It wasn't my kind of bag, to be honest. Like, the music itself wasn't really of great appeal to me, but the lyrics exactly embody what I'm trying to explain here. So let me read you this is the outro. She goes, I'm a boss bitch, dust off my knees. She's self-sufficient. I'm a boss bitch, bow at my feet. She demands respect. I'm a boss bitch, chasing my dreams. She's motivated. I'm a bad bitch, call me cunty. She's not shying away from the vulgar language or calling herself cunty. A cunty bitch owns it. A couple of slightly more recent examples from this year. An artist called Marina has made a song called Cantissimo, which sounds so lovely and pretty. And if I had to put a translation on it, I would say that it means maximum cunty. The lyrics are about someone who is very embodiment of, but also in the framework of someone who is leaving a partner who doesn't accept that. She sings, I'm a star, I'm a star, I'm a star. She's feeling strong, sexy, confident, princessy. Push-up bra in my diamonds, gift from my ex-husband. She's not afraid of being sexual in herself. She sings, Cantissimo, leaving that loser on red. Cantissimo, don't let him back in your bed. Cantissimo, oh baby, it's a way of life. Cantissimo, don't let nobody dull my shine. Cantissimo, your ex is hitting you up, but you no longer give a fuck. Self-respect. She's standing up for herself. Another part of the song goes, they say that I should settle down, but I don't wanna. I don't wanna. She's independent. Well, hey gang. So ignore the fact that I have coloured my hair just for a moment, because it is fabulous. But while I was in the making of this video, guess what? New song just dropped. And guess what it's called? I've listened to it. It's not to my taste. I think it's absolutely terrible. But the point is that it does prove my point of this whole video, that the word cunty is definitely not only on the rise, but it's here, it's with us, and it's becoming more widespread. Now, I also want to offer a word of caution when using this word, because something I forgot to mention in my initial script is that I really don't think it's appropriate for everyone. Even though I kind of love and I'm leaning into it so heavily. I'm an adult. Believe it or not, I am in fact a 40-year-old adult. Yes, millennial, snowflake generation, everything that's wrong with the world, but somehow now also dealing with being 40. The point is that it's not appropriate for everyone. It is a very adult word. I don't want to hear 10-year-olds saying it. You know, that wouldn't be very good, very appropriate, very right. It would feel wrong because it's not intended for children. It's not child-friendly language at all. With that little word of caution in mind, let's continue with the video. A lot of these themes are basically the same throughout. Doesn't really matter how you express them, as long as you express these themes, these, you know, self-sufficiency, motivation, standing up for yourself. But I think the best sort of outline for what is cunty? How is it possible to be this way? Comes from another song by a punk band called Lambrini Girls, called Cuntology 101. Lambrini Girls themselves named after a tagline from an ad campaign for a brand of cheap plonk called Lambrini. The line goes, Lambrini girls just want to have fun, which in itself comes full circle, because the girls just want to have fun part is, of course, the title of one of the most cunty songs in existence, the anthem itself by Cyndi Lauper. So, check out what I have in my CD collection. Yes, I happen to have Girls Just Want to Have Fun. This came out in 1994. So, obviously, she didn't say the words that I'm referring to, because back then, you know, it was a bigger deal. But this song, definitely one of the origins of what I consider to be the cunty movement in our modern pop culture. But this whole song that I'm talking about is an in-depth explanation of what is cunty. Again, I'm going to read you some lyrics. Getting used to saying no is cunty. Getting out of your comfort zone. Learning how to let go is cunty. Having come on my shirt is cunty. Setting boundaries is cunty. Respecting others is cunty too. Putting yourself first is cunty. Learning to love yourself is cunty. And then one of the last lines is, it's Cuntology 101, bitch. They're literally teaching you, the audience, who they are, how they live, and what is the definition, the working examples of what is cunty. And I love it. Lambrini Girls also made a strongly anti-transphobia song recently, so absolute queens, cannot fault them at all. From my own perspective, I think cunty is the confidence to snog a guy we like, or blow a guy we like, or slap a guy we don't like who's being a bit creepy, or sing like a virgin at a karaoke bar when we all know that ship has sailed a long time ago, or wearing a corset or underwear as an outfit. I mean, hello, have you noticed? Cunty is sexual liberation. It pairs really well with high heels, bold lips, and proudly saying the word cunt. Algorithms and censorship be damned. So to all my girlies out there, go out there, be fearless, be everything you want to be, with this attitude in mind. The not giving a fuck attitude. I know that that is very cunty. Now, just because I am a trans femme doesn't mean I'm not also non-binary. Hello, non-binary people. Valid. God damn it. And as always, I will see you some point in the future. Who knows when. Because I am so busy these days, what with work and also my busy social life and everything, I don't have a YouTube schedule, so it's just whenever I feel like making a video, I make a video. So keep your eyes peeled, do the things, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Against this, like, bad ex. Oh my god. That's why it was dipping. The point, oh my god.